Hello students, I am Mrs. Degaonkar. Once again welcome you to my online class. Today again the topic is the continuation of language functions. Dear students, you all know that last time when we studied that language is a strong media or the strong binding between the human beings. We speak in the human society there now so that we can communicate well. Because our thoughts, our ideas are transferred from one person to another person. Last time we had studied, as I had told you all, that there are hundreds of formal and informal language functions. Now, formal means, once again, I'll remind you that formal means when we are speaking with any authorized person, any elder person, businessman, authority, business associates, strangers, and people in official positions, where informal language is used when we meet our close friends, relatives, and members of the family. We had last time discussed about how to start a conversation with a stranger. And also we had discussed how, in fact, we should make requests. But today, we are going to express gratitude. Now you may wonder, what is gratitude? And what exactly is important in language? My dear students, when somebody does anything for us, maybe it is valuable or maybe it is not valuable, but somebody are doing anything for us, and that is a great deed. And for that, one word we have to use, that is the magic word we have to use, and that is thank you. Because when you say thank you, it spreads smile on the face. Now, you may feel, what is there so much? They have done and we have got it. It's not like this. They have helped us. And because of that, the main and the maximum time you have to use is thank you. Now, take for example, Suresh. Now, dialogue between Suresh and Ramesh. Now, Suresh and Ramesh both are just conversing with each other based on this expressing gratitude. Now Suresh says, Ramesh, you have scored only 50 marks in the English paper. Ramesh says, sir, somehow I get confused with the grammar part. So Suresh told him, don't worry, let us see what we can do. Ramesh said, it is very kind of you, sir. Can I meet you around 3 o'clock? Suresh said, sure. So on this, Ramesh said, thank you, sir. Now if Ramesh had not thanked, sir would have felt very bad. And one more kind gratitude word he had said was, it is very kind of you, sir. And this is exactly the way of expressing thanks. There are two ways, formal and informal. One is, it is in the formal way we can say, it is very kind of you. It is very nice of you, or I am grateful to you. And in the informal way, we say, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. If we say this, definitely the opposite person will feel proud, will feel happy, because they also will understand that they have done a great deed for somebody. Now that's why I want to give you one activity. Now that activity, you should do it. Now the first activity is how would you express your gratitude in the following situation. Now your bike breaks down, a passerby gives you a lift. Now this is a very difficult situation. Many times people just pass away from front of us, but they never stop us to give lift. So this is a great deed. And this activity, you have to do it writing the dialogues. You may imagine any name, but the dialogue should be at least four. To one person and to another person. The next activity is you're traveling by a train and one of the passengers moves a little and makes room for you. Now you know, now in the COVID situation, trains are not that, in fact, rush is not there. That packed, they are not that packed. But suppose if you come out of that and then getting a seat is very difficult. And if somebody moves and gives you a seat, that is a great thing. So my dear students, again here you can write dialogues, 4 dialogues, 2 by one person and 2 by another person. But then see that at the end you are going to thank you. Now after this, another one situation is when we compliment and when we congratulate. Usually we never compliment anybody because we are very egoistic. Even though we compliment, there is sometimes a sarcastic notation in our compliment because usually we never love to compliment any. But if you are really going using the language, proper language, and if you want really to have a binding between others, you have to compliment and you have to congratulate also. Now usually we compliment anybody on her or his looks there. Dress appearance. Now if somebody has worn a beautiful dress or somebody is looking today beautiful, definitely it is our duty or it is our way to compliment them. Yes, my dear students, we have to tell them that they are looking beautiful. Congratulate someone on winning something, scoring well in the examination, getting a job or promotion, etc. First, we will see about the complimenting. Yes, now Shyam compliments his friend Ramesh. Shyam says, "That's a very nice coat you are wearing." And Ramesh says, "Thank you." One more thing you people must have observed, or you should observe, that whenever we compliment, that time we have to put exclamatory mark, because exclamatory mark is used when you are expressing something. So complimenting is you are expressing something, and that is why when you compliment anybody, at the end you have to put an exclamatory mark. And definitely if somebody compliments you, it is your duty to say thank you. Now again there are two ways, a formal way and informal way. Simply we can't go and say anybody, "Hey, you're looking today beautiful, huh? And hey, what a new dress, from where did you buy?" We can't use such language if we want to be really decent. So in a formal way, if we want to say something, we have to say, "May I say how beautiful you are looking. If I may say so, that your dress is very beautiful. Please accept my compliments." These are the three, actually, the formal ways. And in informal way, you can say, "Wow, you look so beautiful." Yes, wow, you can say it. "Oh, it's a beautiful dress." Because whenever we are expressing, we should understand that really it is beautiful there. And only the language is understood in an informal way when we say wow or when we say oh. What a nice, smart, wonderful, beautiful. All these words you can use whenever you are complimenting somebody. Now, congratulations. Now, usually, if you get first rank, if you win, if you just play well, if you sing well and get the first prize, all this matters, because matters which you win, it is a matter of pride. Maybe it's the parents, or it may be the principal of the institution, or anybody where the pride goes to the institution or to anybody. So here, now we have, and if anybody wins, it becomes our duty to congratulate them. Because congratulating also is a boosting. If they come first or if they get prize, and if we don't congratulate them, definitely they will get little bit demotivated. Because congratulations and compliments, these are the motivational words. And that is why. So today you got congratulations, and definitely the person will try hard and again go ahead in the life. Now take for example the principal congrats the captain of football team. Now principal says, "Congratulations, my dear boy." Captain says, "Thank you very much, sir." Again here there are formal and informal ways. Now formal ways is congratulations. It may be a toning where you express that brings out your emotions. "I must congratulate. We would like to congratulate you on your success." Now, informal way, you can say congrats, you can say well done, and you can say I'm proud of you. So, my dear students, now these were the two functions for congratulating and complimenting. Now, the another part is introduction. This, my dear students, we always forget to introduce, especially our teachers, to our parents. Now, whenever you meet a teacher, literally you run away, or you just say good morning, good evening, and you try to run away because your parents are with you. No, my dear students. If you are really well mannered, introduction is the most important part, because otherwise you may talk, but the person standing next to you will just look at the other person with whom you are talking. They also want that the other person should know them. Now take for example your mother. You say good morning, good evening, ma'am, there now, but you never introduce your mother to the teacher. But suppose by chance, if you feel, then you introduce, "Ma'am, this is my mother. Mummy, this is my English ma'am." How nice mother also will feel, and the madam also will feel. The teachers also will feel so happy. That's why whenever we meet anybody, it is our duty to introduce the person. Otherwise, there will be a blank motivation for you. So, take for example, now Raju introduces his neighbor Manoj to Anup. Anup, "Hello Raju." Raju says, "Hi Anup, meet my neighbor Manoj. He is in the college cricket team." Anup says, "Hi Manoj, glad to meet you." Raju says, "But we must be going now, meet you again." So Manoj says, "Okay, bye." Now this was a simple way. This was a simple way of introduction. But Manoj, who was standing next to Anup there now, he must be feeling odd there now. What is this? Now one more example I'll be giving you all there now. Like Mrs. Khanna and Mr. Ashok. Now Mrs. Khanna will be saying, "Good morning, Mr. Ashok." Mr. Ashok will say, "Oh, good morning, Mrs. Khanna. It's a lovely day, isn't it?" Mrs. Khanna says, "Yes, it's beautiful." "Mr. Ashok, may I introduce my nephew, Gagan? He's staying with us for the weekend." Mr. Ashok definitely will say, "How are you, Gagan?" Gagan will say, "Fine, thank you, Mr. Ashok." Mr. Ashok says, "I am in a hurry, Mrs. Khanna. Let's meet later." Mrs. Khanna says, "Yes, carry on, Mr. Ashok." Mr. Ashok says, "Goodbye, Gagan. I am so glad to have met you." Gagan also says, "I am glad to have met you too, Mr. Ashok. Goodbye." Mr. Ashok says, "Goodbye. Please give my regards to Mr. Khanna. Mrs. Khanna says, yes, I will. Goodbye. So, my dear students, what exactly is the introduction part is? First is we have to say good morning. If we are in a formal manner, in a formal way, what is our duty is to say good morning. How are you? Because that is the starting sentence of our dialogue, of our introduction. Good morning, how are you? Good afternoon, good evening. And if you are in the informal way, hello, that you can be a little bit casual there now. Hello, haven't seen you for a long time. Hi there, hi everybody, hi. And the last sentence always will be goodbye or bye. We have to wish goodbye or bye then. Right? Did you all understand? First introduction part is you are going to say hello or good morning, good afternoon and good evening. While if you are informal way, you just say hi, haven't seen you for a long time. But the last sentence will be good, okay, bye or goodbye. Glad to meet you, bye. So, have you all understood now, my dear students, about this? The next one is the request for repetition. Yes, we take this very commonly when we can't hear anything then. The first thing is that we say. When we say there, it is out of manners. Because you may meet the elder persons or any official persons, and if you say that will look very odd. So, my dear students, request for repetition. When we can't understand what the other person says, we ask him, her to repeat. Now, for example, the teacher in your class asks you to do something, but you don't hear it properly. What would you do? Now, then will you say, I can't hear you? Can we say like this? No. What you have to say is, I beg your pardon. Would you mind repeating? May I ask you to repeat? Or I am sorry, I couldn't hear. Just take one example. A quiz master is conducting an inter-college competition. So quiz master says, what is Mysore famous for? Ramu says, I beg your pardon, sir. Quizmaster repeats the question. What is Mysore famous for? So Ramu says, I am sorry. What did you say, sir? Your voice is not audible. So once again, the quizmaster told him, what is Mysore famous for? Now he could hear and he gave the answer. So my dear students, have you observed here? What did he say? I beg your pardon, sir. I am sorry. What you said, I couldn't understand. I couldn't follow. Sorry. Again, expression for repetitions. Again, in the formal, they are formal way and informal way. Now, take for example, formal way. You say, I beg your pardon. Once again, I am repeating the formal way. I beg your pardon. Would you mind repeating? May I ask you to repeat? Informal way, you will say, I am sorry, I couldn't hear. Pardon? Sorry, I couldn't follow. Even if you say pardon, the other person understands that you have not heard it. So, if you have understood now exactly what all expressions you have to use for repetition. Once again, I'll repeat, if we are showing gratitude, you have to say thank you. If you are complimenting somebody, you have to compliment them. If you are just requesting somebody, introducing somebody, your first sentence will be good morning, and then may I introduce, and last is goodbye. And if you are requesting for repetition, you have to say, I beg your pardon, I'm sorry I couldn't hear all this. Now I'll give you all the activity. This time I have given the answer also. But my dear students, many activities are there in your textbook, or you may find it in YouTube, or you may find in some other books. See that you people go on practicing it, because we are not learning this language functions only for the exam purpose, because this language now functions what we are learning, it is for lifelong. The way you speak the English, that much more impressionable you will be. Now the activity is, what would you say in each of these situations? Will you say, now first one is, you can't hear the person. How you'll say? You can't hear the person. So what expression you will be using? You want him or her to repeat something. The second one is, you want him or her to repeat something. And the third one is, he or she is speaking too fast. So the answer for the first is, you can't hear the other person. What you'll say? Sorry, I beg your pardon. Second is, you want him or her to repeat something. Would you mind repeating? Third one is, he or she is speaking too fast. You should say, I am sorry, I couldn't follow. So hope so. Students, now these 4 exactly functions, what you have learned, please don't forget it and remember it and do all the activities.